You knew it was going to come down to this, didn't you? I mean, I can't do this anymore. The channel, the people, they keep asking questions, and I don't know what to tell them. But you knew this was coming, right? I mean, we'll have great times. Hockey season starts in a few weeks, and we're going to get down to T-Mobile, and we're going to talk about you a whole lot. But for now, I don't know what to tell you. I have a new love in my life. You said you wouldn't get upset. Oh, stop crying. You're being really immature. I can't deal with you when you're like this. Go home, eat some food, have a bath. Call me in the morning. We're still friends, I promise. There's a future for us. But for right now, let's go talk about the Raiders Stadium. There are so many cool features at this stadium. I was just reading about it, so we're gonna go do an update and we're gonna talk about it. Let's go. So, I guess we gotta christen the hat, which means we have to pull off that price tag. And thanks to my subscriber, Alfonso, who actually visited me in Vegas and gave me the hat. That was pretty amazing. I'm becoming quickly known as the hat guy. Kevin from Canada also gave me a hat, and Ivy from New York City gave me a hat. But it appears this thing doesn't want to come off. Hold on a sec. Oh, there we go. Boom! And I'm gonna leave that cool hologram on as long as it'll stay. So how's it going, or how's it going, A, as they say up north? And they do say A up north. I'm Steven, I'm from Canada, originally I should know. I'm here at the Raiders Stadium. Let's talk about its cool features. Like, share, subscribe this video. This is like my 7th or 8th Raiders update. They're not gonna stop. We talk about Vegas here. Lots of Vegas stuff. Raiders Stadium. So if I can do so right now, I want to publicly state that I love the shape of this building. And the reason I love the shape of this building is because all those buildings on the front of the strip are so oddball shaped. We don't have, we have the signature skyline, but we don't have anything as muted and awesome and big as this building right here. So I first of all love the shape of this building. This is the Raiders Stadium, also known as the Aliegant Stadium, and it sure is coming into shape. And I want to take a walk and see what's new down here, because it's been a few weeks. My last video I went down to the Henderson practice facility and head offices, but this place here, it's looking pretty boss if you ask me. So one thing that's new that I didn't notice before was all of those big bundles of white things over there. I'm going to assume, probably rightly so, that those are all the interior things that are going to be put on the concrete. They're fire barriers, they're drywall, they're sheetrock, whatever the name you want to call them. There are a lot of them, and this is the area where there was structural steel laid before. And we're putting everything up there like skinning it. We're skinning the Raiders Stadium, everybody. All right, so cool feature number 1. This is going to be the biggest store in Las Vegas. The sun is in my eyes, the things I do for you. It's going to be one of the biggest doors I've ever seen, and it's completely retractable, which you probably already knew. You may not know that there's a weather station at this stadium, and the weather station is set up so they have to know, as an organization, the Raiders themselves, if there's a storm within 250 miles of this place coming in, and if the wind speed goes above 25 miles an hour, those doors are not allowed to open. So that's a cool fact. So they're going to be like meteorologists on site. Now, I assume this is the case for almost all football stadiums, but it matters a lot because that door can't be opened during games. So they have to make a snap decision whether or not they open that door or that door remains closed. Either way, I still think you're going to get a fantastic view of the strip. What do you think? By the way, you know what's amazing? If I stand directly right here, I'm completely illuminated by the massive glare of light in the Mandalay Bay, even though the sun is directly behind me. Those are some gold tinted windows, my friends. Real gold. Did you know it was real gold? Mandalay Bay's windows have real gold in them. Okay, yeah, whatever, real gold, who cares? The other thing that's really cool about this stadium is going to be the Al Davis Memorial Torch, and I really, really like it when sports organizations remember their roots. The Al Davis Memorial Torch will be right there in those doors, lit up to remember the person who brought the team to one of the most biggest well-known brands in professional sports. So you gotta love that they're keeping it real and remembering their roots. How about this cool feature? The fact is, this will have real grass on this field. Now, everybody's heard of AstroTurf. Apparently that's old. I'm not an expert, not pretending to be, but there's AstroTurf, there's fake turf, and then there's real grass. The difference between this real grass and the real grass at, say, Levi's Stadium is that this real grass will be on rollers and it will be outside growing 90% of the time. So it's going to be outdoors growing, so it can be the optimal real grass. A lot of stadiums have problems with divots in the field and potholes, but the grass stays inside year round. And it's also subject to the microclimates inside of that giant building. Real grass growing outside 90% of the time. How are they going to accomplish that? Well, they're going to have the grass on giant rollers. There's going to be somewhere around 80 columns in this building that are going to be able to move and be movable columns that allows the grass to roll in and out so they can do special events, and within a few hours they have the optimal type of surface for whatever event they might be doing. That is some pretty badass stuff if you ask me. You got to admit, that's ingenuity. I don't know of any other stadium that does this. If you do, let me know in the comments below. And of course, it wouldn't be a billionaire you-know-what match if we didn't have the Vegas Born sign. Bill Foley wanted to put a soccer team here, Major League Soccer. Would it be applicable? Would it be suitable? Who knows? The Las Vegas Lights want to move into the MLS system, but he wants to put a soccer team here because billionaires like making more billions, and they like to have that asterisk next to their name. Now, I'm old enough to be around when the first ever retractable roof opened in a North American sporting venue. It was actually up at the Sky Dome in Toronto, where the Blue Jays still to this date play. It took a long time to open. They would open it during a game or close it during a game, but this roof is different. This roof is going to be glass, and it's going to span the entire distance of this building. It's going to give people an amazing view of a starry night. It's going to give people an overhead view of jets flying over when we do host the Super Bowl. And I think that's an amazing feature. To put glass and span a building this size, pretty darn amazing. By the way, look at the shadow being cast by that building, the Mandalay Bay. That's a trip, ain't it? That's a long shadow from a sun that isn't even there. So if you're like most people, you're asking yourself, what the heck was that? Well, that was actually the truck that's watering all of this to ensure no dust gets kicked up. Every construction site in Las Vegas and Southern Nevada has a line you can call, and if they're kicking up too much dust, destroying the air quality in the area, they're gonna get in trouble. Although I don't think they're gonna find these guys very much. This is kind of a pet project of the city right now. So in case you didn't see my last videos, I'm outside of where I presume will be the parking area, the immediate parking here on site. And the only mention that I see of the Aliegant Stadium anywhere is on this mock-up right here. So there we go, your Raiders update. Today is the 28th of August, 2019. It's interesting that there's only one mention of the Aliegant Stadium, and that's on that billboard that's been there forever. But it's also interesting that as far as I can tell, they took down that sign that says you're not allowed to share things on social media. It's cool to see the updates. It's nice to see that they're actually putting in things like drywall and stucco and finishing off some of the outside of this building. I personally cannot wait for when the first piece of paneling is installed on this building. I will try to watch for that and come back down the minute it happens for you. My name is Steven. I am not leaving Las Vegas. If you like this video, do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe it. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you're a Raiders fan and you can tell me a thing or two about the team, tell me when they're going to win a Super Bowl. Some people are saying 2020. Maybe they play inspired. But who knows, right? If we had crystal balls, we'd all be millionaires, like Michael J. Fox in that movie about time travel, The Secret to My Success. Back to the Future. I have to go. Here's your Raiders Stadium. Las Vegas, the Raiders are coming, but some people would think that they're already here. What do you think? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.